Hello. So I'm gonna just show you quickly the new sections that I created for the wireframes for these projects. And this is already already familiar with this part. On the quote, the only thing new that I added here was the export option. When you click on export, you're gonna receive the different options. The way that I did it is that you can select a multiple and just click once. For example, I noticed that on QuoteWorks, you can have projects as a one button, product as a separate button, and then you can have projects and products as a separate buttons. So instead of having these three options, maybe I want to do all three at the same time. So I can just select the one the exports that I want to do, and just click export selected options. That's the only thing that I added here, all this drop down, but there is no action in here. So these drop downs and the options to export, those are the only things that are added in the quote section. Everything else is going to be on the accounts. For example, this is the account. I put the name, the user, that's the job title, and the profile. So I put the pencil icon and the areas that the user can edit it, but at least it's going to be there. Here's the rest of the information. I noticed on the website or on the application that the company name and the user name and email are the same, are not editable. That's why those doesn't have the edit icon next to it. The change password, it's there, and then the personalization, I put them all together, which is the sign in with Microsoft, with Google, or activate the tooltips. I also included a small icon with the hover, so at least they know that they can get more information about what do you mean by signing with Microsoft, what can I do this for, or even the activate tooltips. We can show them that there. My company is also included there if I am able to click on it there. So here on my company we have in my imports, code roles, code tags. On my company we have all the users, and from what I understood, some of these users are gonna have all of these users are imported from the a different application, QuadWorks for example, but not all of these users already have an account with Project Signs. So here I'm identifying which user does not have an account with Project Signs, and I included the button to invite them automatically there. So normally we had a button like this that you can enter the email and then send the invitation, but if we have the user already here, we can click directly on that user row and just invite them. It's going to be sent automatically. I have these filters, which are similar filters, the same filters that we have on the existing application, it just organized differently. We have the locations, we have identified the primary locations over here, and then other locations. You can edit this location or add more locations by clicking over here. Regarding the user's profile, if you want to see the details for the user, just click on it and you are going to see the details of the user, like first name, last name. Here's the area that we remove the description for the user, because it is an employee, it's a co-worker of this company that I'm working at, and by the role I should already know anything about it. And that's it. Then we have the imports. The imports, we have the different type of imports. Same concept, select the one that you want and then do the actions. I copied the same actions that I saw on the existing applications. That's why the buttons does not match. Some of them have import, delete import, download and upload, or import, create, which are the same buttons that I saw on the application. On the quote roles, I noticed that on the existing application we have just one list with all of them, then I have to filter through them. But I felt like the client roles and company roles are two distinct type of sets. So I think that keeping it separate, it keeps more organized. They're like, okay, this is my client and this is the company roles. Some of these roles might match. So you might have duplicates on both sides, which is fine, but at least it's easier to detect those things. And the quote tags, for the quote tags, I kept the same functionality that we have. I noticed that on the quote tags, we can change the type of tags they are by selecting from the drop down. If I think that's useful, again, I haven't done any quote, but if it's there, it might be useful that I want to change this instead of being a scope. I want it to be changed to a procurement, so I don't have to delete it and create a new one. So that's why I kept that functionality, assuming that it's still relevant to the new process. This is to add a new quote. So it's pretty straightforward what we have over here. And that's my company, and then we have clients. On the clients, we have a list of all the clients. These are the primary contact for the company, the client company. We can search by the same search features that we have on the existing applications. We have filter by location, roles, and search, which is gonna narrow it down here the results. If you wanna see more details about this client, then now you are in this client Dell Technologies. That's our client, and that's the company name. You can always go back, see a different client, and here are the company contacts. Same as before, location, the primary location for this client, and if they have any additional location, it's going to be there. Same concept, they can edit or add more locations for this client from this page. If you want to have more information, these are the specific contacts with the basic information. If you want to edit that, it's same here. On this one, instead of description, I put notes because this is for the client. So I'm thinking that maybe you want to write a note about this type of user that it's related to the client. Oh, I should contact this person for this type of project. Or whenever I contact this person, make sure that I contact somebody else. So I might have notes which are not description. That way it's more open to put any reminders or anything that is important or relevant to keep in mind for that specific users. So I kept these notes, but I just rename it from description to notes. And that's a quick overview of all the different pages, but yes, all things working except logout. You cannot log out, but that's pretty self-explanatory. All right, so I'll be waiting for your feedback. We can have a call, we can discuss. This is a good point that we can have a big overview of everything that's going on. Once this is approved, then the next step is going to be creating the mockup, which is going to be the fun part with the colors and the shadings and all the cool graphics. All right, thank you.